everyone knows in the country and even outside of the country that that coup d'etat was related to impeachment of the Vice President.
Correct.
And everyone, actually, wag na tayong magbulahan dito. It is related to the impeachment. They will not go through
The motion.
I don't think the motion and even
Bring Bato back.
why would Senator Bato risk
Correct.
going to the Senate when in fact he knows already na there would be a possibility na maaaresto siya.
Oo.
Pero pinilit pa rin niya makarating ng Senado, pero precisely kailangan niya ng boto para matilt yung balance sa Senado at maging Senate President si Alan Peter Cayetano. It's all about the impeachment.
Correct.
It really is all about. I'm sorry, Senator Alan, but let's call a spade because this is the political reality of the country. I would say yes, it is related to impeachment. However, there is a good thing out of these things na nagkaroon ka ng coup d'etat. Why? Because Alan Peter Cayetano, with his background, he's a lawyer, he has been in the Senate for the longest time. I think Alan Peter already had experience impeachment proceedings as a senator before with, so he has that experience, he has the, competence as a lawyer to know what to do, and he has been in the Senate for the longest time, so alam niya yung parliamentary procedure, alam niya paano i-handle yung mga ganitong very critical and sensitive na mga proceedings sa Senate. Because this is very critical and sensitive. Everyone is looking at the impeachment in and outside of the country. So the good thing about this is it can be a change maker or a change. There can be some kind of a professional, I expect, from my side, from Senate President Alan Peter Cayetano, Cayetano na he will be able to handle the impeachment proceeding in a professional manner, fair and square. Salamat sa pag-invite niyo sa akin dito. Ay, gising ko lang dahil late interview ko kahapon na po sa nangyayari sa Pilipinas.
Oh, ayun na nga. I was going to ask you kung nakatulong nga kayo, Professor. And what do you make of what happened sa Senado po kahapon? Kagulat-gulat ba? Katawa-tawa? Kaiyak-iyak? Ano bang naging feelings po ninyo nung napanood po niyo yung nangyayari po sa Senado kahapon?
Akong feelings lang ang pag-uusapan. Unang reaction ko, parang ang sabi ko, bakit naman kailangan umabot sa ganun? At saka parang, kasi ang ano natin, dapat nating tatandaan, hindi lang local media ang nagka-cover ng lahat ng nangyayari sa Pilipinas. It's actually nagiging international or world events tayo. Pero ang problema, when it comes to perspective from the outside world, kumbaga, medyo nakakahiya. Kasi, bakit umaabot sa ganun? Alam mo yun, may tumatakbong senador, nagkakabulan sa loob ng Senado, tapos pagdating sa plenaryo, syempre naintindihan ko naman sa Senator Bato na nagalit siya, so ini-express niya yung kanyang galit. At the same time, there was even another senator, I think, asking Senator Bato, or I don't know who was asking. I think, from what I can hear, was it in Hontiveros asking him, like, paano ka nakapasok dito? And bakit ka dito? Parang feeling ko naman, why do you have to ask Senator Bato? Senador yan.
Yeah. Kasi I was going to ask your reaction, sabi, kasi you mentioned it, no, na nakakahiya, kasi international press nakatutok na rin sa atin. Sabi nga ng aming guest kanina ni Miss Cora, sabi niya ang taas na ng political heat index, no? Talagang binabantayan na po tayo. Ang Reuters na nga nagsabi po nila, ang sabi po nila ay Philippine Senate goes on lockdown to protect former drugs war enforcer. So your thoughts on this po na parang kinikilingan po ng Senado, may warrant of arrest na po ng ICC. Sa tingin niyo ho ba dapat na bang isuko si Senator Bato o dapat nga sinasabi po ni Senator newly appointed Senate President Alan Peter Cayetano na protektahan nila hanggat kaya, I guess, nila, no, si Senator Bato. Your thoughts po on that?
Actually, this is a very, very good question kasi may mga technicalities dyan. First and foremost, when you talk about itong si Senator Bato, pagiging senador niya, I think may obligasyon, I think, ang liderato at ang Senado natin to protect him as per a member of the Senate. Kasi he is elected by the people and he is a senator. Hindi natin ma-deny yan. Ang sitting senator siya. So, to a certain extent, ang Senado naman kasi may leverage sila to protect him within the premises of the Senate. So, hindi siya talaga pwedeng lumabas ng Senado within the time frame na tinitignan kasi right now ni Senator Bato kung paano siya lalaban, legally speaking, within the domestic law. Kasi may mga lawyers naman yan and I think they already filed motion sa Supreme Court and they're waiting for it. That is one thing. So I don't really see na pwede nating bigyan ng kulay ang move ng bagong liderato ng Senado na kung saan they're trying to say na, okay, we will protect him as member of the Senate until ma-resolve yung issue na may kinalaman sa legality ng tinatawag, domestically speaking, ng tinatawag mong ICC warrant of arrest. That is one point. The second point is like this. Ang ICC warrant of arrest is not automatically executable. That's one thing that our people should know and should learn. Kasi may sa Rome Statute, which is the basis kung bakit nag-exist ang tinatawag mong ICC or International Criminal Court, there are two articles. Ang unang article is yung tinatawag mong Article 58. Ito yung issuance of warrant of arrest. Now, ICC will issue a warrant of arrest within, ang assumption kasi doon na ang tao committed a crime within the ICC jurisdiction. That's even technical because we are not anymore part of the ICC jurisdiction. Kasi nag-withdraw na tayo. Pero ang sinasabi kasi ng ICC, during that time, na member pa tayo ng ICC, na-commit yung tinatawag nilang alleged crime or allegation against, let us say, former President Duterte and of course, Bato. Kasi siya yung PNP during that time. However, when you talk about, let us say, nag-issue ng warrant of arrest ang ICC, there's also one very, very important article right now of the statute na kailangan tignan ng mga lawyers ni Senator Bato at including ng Supreme Court. Kasi sa Supreme Court tumatakbo sina Senator Bato eh. Kailangan tignan ng Supreme Court at alam naman yan, I think, ng ating mga matatalino at very experienced na mga justices sa Supreme Court, yung tinatawag mong Article 59, arrest proceeding in the custodial state. The custodial state refers to the Philippines. Now, anong sinasabi dito? The state must immediately bring the person before a competent judicial authority to verify the identity, validity of the warrant, and the rights of the arrested person. So yun yung dapat next process kay Senator Bato. Pag sinabi mong judicial authority, it refers to the court. So hindi siya pwedeng sabihin nila na DOJ or something to that effect. No, I think it is, ang alam ko dyan is it is a court. So yun ang next process. So the domestic court does not hindi nila i-retry yung merits of the ICC case. Hindi nila yan i-interpret kasi ICC ang may dyan, jurisdiction. Pero they will follow what you call domestic legal mechanism or processes. Kasi hindi ibig sabihin na may ICC arrest ka na,
automatic.
Arestuhin mo na siya, tapos ilalagay mo sa plane, ililipad mo sa Netherlands. Kasi ang nangyari kay PRRD, walang due process. Pagdating niya sa airport, inaresto, from Hong Kong, inaresto, nilagay sa barracks, then after that, nilipad nila without even giving him the redress ng domestic legal process as per as ICC. However, there's another issue as well. Kasi ngayon, nag-issue ang tinatawag mong CIDG, ang PNP, CIDG ng subpina kay Senator Bato, saying na ini-investigate nila ang tinatawag mong EJK. And one of the respondents sa kanilang investigation sa PNP is sa CIDG specifically is si Senator Bato. One thing that we have to remember, ang subpina is not yet a warrant of arrest. Hindi pa yon. Ano yon? Process yun ng investigation. Now, if there is such a thing as CIDG investigation at nag-issue sila ng warrant of arrest, tapos mayroon kang existing ng tinatawag mong ICC warrant of arrest, may issue dyan na dapat i-resolve ang ating korte. And I think it should be done by the Supreme Court. Kasi may violation ka sa tinatawag mong, may violation dyan sa tinatawag mong revised penal code ng Pilipinas, Article 145 ng revised penal code. At may issue kasi ang nangyari sa mga NBI, sinugod nila siya sa loob ng premises ng Senate. So may violation ng tinatawag mong immunity ng isang
Sitting senator.
senador. Kasi hindi nila pwedeng gawin 'yon kasi may immunity and doon sa point na 'yon na violate ng NBI yung Article 145 ng revised penal code. On the other hand, yung issue naman ng may existing subpoena kay Senator Bato, and then you have the ICC warrant of arrest. The court needs to resolve. Kasi bakit? When the state, yung Pilipinas, referring to the Philippines, is doing an investigation which is very much connected dun sa issue at sa crime at sa charges ng ICC against Senator Bato, you have what you call the very important provision in the Rome Statute of the ICC na tinatawag mong complementarity principle. In the complementary principle, the basic rule is the ICC is the last resort, the court of last resort. So ibig sabihin, if the current administration of BBM under CIDG is already conducting EJK, quote-unquote, alleged perpetration na nangyari even ngayon or before sa panahon ni PRRD, may subpoena silang inisyu kay Senator Bato. Ibig sabihin, yung ICC warrant of arrest should be set
Take
aside.
a backseat. So the local court takes precedence.
Because our judicial system and our judicial process of investigation related to the case of EJK, which is actually ICC related, gumagana or
is
nag-start.
working.
Nag-start siya. So ang complementarity principle ng Rome Statute should take effect. So yun yung isa pang issue na dapat i-resolve. And the only entity, the only institution who have the competent to resolve this very important issue, yung issue na yan, at yung issue din ng procedures kung paano i-implement mong ICC warrant of arrest is actually the Supreme Court. So, yung nila Bato, ni Senator Bato, yung mga lawyers ni Senator Bato, should be very competent as well in understanding the Rome Statute, ano yung mga provisions doon, ano yung proseso, and then deal with it with the right and the proper forum, and that is the Supreme Court. Mahirap din kasi na gagawin mo politicize masyado ang issue na to. Kasi, ang sinasabi ko nga sa inyo, katulad din sinasabi ni Cora kanina, may impact ito hindi lang sa mga politiko na nag-aaway-away right now. You have the impeachment, you have this commotion, ni-lockdown nila ang Senado, tayo nasa martial law. So all of this, ang political index ng Pilipinas mataas. And when you talk about the political index, the political instability is very glaring and apparent. And then what happens is the impact on the country. Yun yung problema. Kasi ngayon, kung titignan mo, problematic ang ekonomiya mo. You have 2-point-something only GDP, you have 7-point-something of inflation, you have 18 trillion of utang, and you have ang index mo when you talk about foreign direct investment sa Pilipinas, which is I checked yesterday, ay ganito ang nangyari, about 31% ang bagsak. Bumagsak na yan So bumagsak na naman ng 31% when you talk about foreign direct investment. So kapag walang foreign direct investment ang Pilipinas or any country for that matter, bumababa ang economic activity mo. On the other hand, you also have other problems related to governance, and that is corruption in the Philippines. So susumahin mo lahat itong gulo nila sa domestic politics, kasi ang issue ng ICC arrest, as far as I'm concerned, even what happened to the former president, it's not necessarily, as far as I'm concerned, really about justice. This is all politics. These are all politically motivated. Kasi if you really want to account these people, let us say itong mga former officials during the time of former president dahil sa fight against illegal drugs, I believe that our judicial system, our Supreme Court, and our courts are
It's
functioning.
working. Yeah.
Yes.
Well, kung hindi sila nagpa-function, what the hell? Are we still a Philippine? Are we still a state? But they are functioning. The Supreme Court is functioning. So the ICC is the last resort, the
Yeah.
court of last resort. So dapat we settled it within our own territory.
Courts.
Pero
Yeah.
nangyayari kasi, we ask an external international tribunal to solve our own problems for us. Yun yung problema na nagkakaroon siya ng international impact sa world impact sa Pilipinas. And the Philippines is like in a magnifying glass na lalathala sa lahat ng pahayagan, hindi paborable sa Pilipinas kasi negative. So ang impact nito sa ekonomiya mataas. Ang negative ang impact. So ang tanong kasi dito sa mga gulo-gulo ng mga politician na yan, sino ba ang nagsasuffer? Hindi naman sila ang mga Pilipino eh.
Correct.
Yun yung dapat tandaan natin.
Oo,
Inflation is too high.
Oo, ma'am. I was gonna say nga, the last time I checked, the Philippines is still a sovereign country. Pero kung halimbawa,
Yes.
kung patuloy po nga ito nga nangyayari na pinapayagan po natin yung external courts, kumbaga, na mangialam sa atin, parang ito po ba ay pag-amin na we have a failed justice system? And the last time I checked po, tayo po ay may soberanya bilang isang bansa.
I would agree with you. As far as I'm concerned, yes, we are a sovereign country. Pero ang problema dito is ganito. Ang mga politiko sa atin, nag-aaway-away sila and they think that an international or like an intervention coming from outside would resolve a problem. Hindi ganon. Tayo pa rin ang magre-resolve ng problema natin. And one thing though, alam ko na maraming gulo sa Pilipinas. When you talk about domestic politics, nag-aaway-away, you have this feud between two political family which are mas strong families politically speaking, the Marcoses and even plus the allies, and also you have the Duterte on the other side, and nag-uumpugan yung mga batong ito at the same time yung kanilang mga supporters nag-aaway-away and all that. Pero at the end of the day, why in the hell these people does not even think of the country?
My question nga next, Professor.
I'll be very, very straightforward about this. I don't have sides at the moment. I just want to analyze the situation and how it impacts the country really.
Ayun. Speaking of you want to analyze, what are your thoughts po doon nangyari po sa Senate coup? Yung pagpapalit po ng leadership, was that expected? And Senator Alan Peter Cayetano is denying, sabi niya, this has nothing to do with the forthcoming impeachment kasi nakita po natin na na-impeachment na po si VP Sara sa Kamara. So aakyat na. Dapat kung si Senate President Tito Soto nagsabi sa kanya na kung sakali umakyat sa kanila, he will act forthwith the following day. So dapat tomorrow, Wednesday, if ever. Ngayon po na nagpalit po na si Senate President Alan Peter Cayetano na ngayon ang nakaupo. Ano po ang tingin po nyo? Ihaharangin ba nila yung impeachment? Itutuloy? Ano po ang ninyo assessment po dyan?
Ako, magandang tanong din yan. Kasi sa akin, I'll be very straightforward. One thing that I have to be clear about this. As a Filipino, I am speaking as a Filipino. Not politically, at the moment, I'm speaking as a Filipino, wala akong political color, okay? At this time. Okay, hindi ako nag-agree, to be very honest, dyan sa impeachment na nangyari sa House. Kasi for me, it's really, at the end of the day, ulit-ulitin man natin, balibalik na rin natin yan, twice na nilang ginawa, it's politically motivated. It's really all about politics. Now, that is the reality of the Philippines, and this is not new in the Philippines. Okay? So sa akin, hindi na ako nasa-shock dyan. But we need to accept the fact na nangyari yung butuhan. And the butuhan is 255. That's really a lot of numbers. Ilan lang ang nag-abstain, ilan lang ang nagboto ng no. Pero if you really look at it, it's more than 106.
Correct.
Kasi ang kailangan mo lang threshold is 1/3. So that's 255. That's a lot of congressmen. I don't agree with the congressmen, but that is the case in right now. Nandyan yan eh. So ngayon, ang tanong, aakyat syempre ang tinatawag mong articles of impeachment sa Senado to have the Senate trial kasi that's the constitutional process. If you really be very point blank about this, it is a constitutional process. We don't agree with the reasons, we don't agree with the process. We know that it's a politically motivated, but at the end of the day, technically speaking, there is such a thing as an impeachment, and the Vice President was impeached in the House. Okay, with an overwhelmingly 255 votes. So yun yung totoo, yun yung nangyayari, yun ang realidad. A sad reality, politically speaking. Now, ang tanong mo sa akin is, aakyat nga sa Senado at I think tina-transfer na nila ang articles of impeachment sa Senado kahapon, and I assume that today they will receive it in the Senate. Now, there was a coup d'etat in the Senate before the voting. Okay. So, ako naiintindihan ko si Senator Callan Peter Cayetano and Senate President Cayetano. Kasi siya yung bago eh. Pero dito yung problema sa mga politicians natin eh. They sugarcoat everything. When in fact, the Filipino people are not stupid not to see it. Okay? Alam natin kung ano nangyayari. So sa akin, I would say na very diplomatic si Alan Peter Cayetano saying na what happened in the Senate, the coup d'etat against Soto, was not in any way related to impeachment, is one way of saying, it's one way of being diplomatic in terms of, answering the question. But everyone knows in the country and even outside of the country that coup d'etat was related to impeachment of the Vice President.
Correct.
And everyone, actually, wag na tayong magbulahan dito. It is related to the impeachment. They will not go through the
motion.
I don't think the motion, and even
Bring Bato back.
why would Senator Bato risk
Correct.
going to the Senate when in fact he knows already na there would be a possibility na maaresto siya? Pero pinilit pa rin niya makarating ng Senado, pero precisely kailangan niya ng boto para matilt yung balance sa Senado at maging Senate President si Alan Peter Cayetano. It's all about the impeachment.
Correct.
It really is all about. I'm sorry, Senator Alan, but let's call a spade because this is the political reality of the country. I would say yes, it is related to impeachment. However, there is a good thing out of these things na nagkaroon ka ng coup d'etat. Why? Because Alan Peter Cayetano, with his background, he's a lawyer, he has been in the Senate for the longest time. I think Alan Peter already had experience impeachment proceedings as a senator before with, so he has that experience, he has the, competence as a lawyer to know what to do, and he has been in the Senate for the longest time, so alam niya yung parliamentary procedure, alam niya paano i-handle yung mga ganitong very critical and sensitive na mga proceedings sa Senate. Because this is very critical and sensitive. Everyone is looking at the impeachment in and outside of the country. So the good thing about this is it can be a change maker or a change. There can be some kind of a professional, I expect, from my side, from Senate President Alan Peter Cayetano, Cayetano na he will be able to handle the impeachment proceeding in a professional manner, fair and square, na walang hocus-pocus. Ibig sabihin, the defense will have their time and they can defend the Vice President squarely and fairly. On the other hand, the prosecution, kasi may prosecution ka dyan. The House will send representative that will serve as the prosecution. At prosecutors. And then the prosecutor, they can ask, of course, their question, they can present their case against the President. But it should be conducted in a fair and square manner that na walang hocus-pocus dito.
Correct.
Now, yun yung sinasabi ko na in a way there is a good thing out of this coup d'etat in the Senate.
Natin.
Pero ang sabihin mo sa akin na hindi yan, walang kinalaman yan sa impeachment ni VP. Come on. We're not born yesterday.
I agree with you.
We were not born yesterday.
Baloney. Maraming salamat po, Professor Ana. And yun na nga, this is just the start. Tignan natin po, kung forthwith rin, i-actionan po ni Senate President Alan Peter Cayetano ang impeachment case. Kaya abangan po natin. Babalik pa rin po kayo dito para samahan po kami para himayin natin po ang issue. Maraming salamat po, Professor
Thank you,
Ana.
Maraming salamat and have a good day.
Thank you, ma'am.